Petri dish, the Petri dish, the Petri dish.
This is
The Petri dish, the Petri dish, the Petri dish. This is the Petri dish. There's something growing in here. And what's growing this year, I mean, what's growing right now is years. The years that I've spent doing comedy. I just realized, I did the math recently. I started stand-up comedy about 10 years ago.
Nice. Yeah.
I think I'm going to officially say this is like the 10-year mark because
Okay.
my first show was October 11th, 2015. That was my first
Nice.
got paid for show.
Nice.
So shout out to me for making it 10
Yeah.
years in stand-up comedy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's dope. My 10-year anniversary will be in July of 2026. I started in 2016.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
10 years ago,
Yeah.
I started comedy in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Hell yeah.
Actually, technically, I was living in Brookings at the time, about an hour north.
Okay.
And I was the only one doing stand-up comedy at a mixed open mic. And in order to get to the only stand-up specific open mic that was in Sioux Falls, I had to drive an hour every Thursday.
Oh, wow.
Just to get to that open mic. That's how much I used to like stand-up comedy.
Okay,
I used to drive an hour to one open mic a week to do it.
Yeah,
But
that's a commitment.
But it all worked out because my first show was with the Whitest Kids You Know's Timmy Williams, with a local opener, Andy Swan, as well as myself. Andy was way better at comedy than me and also had been doing it for like several years at that point. So
Yeah.
It was nice to be like a brand new face on that show. So
That's
shout out
cool.
to Total Drag, a record store in Sioux Falls. They were always very kind to me.
Yeah,
Miss that place.
that's dope. Yeah.
But yes.
Is that where you got the Diarrhea Planet LP?
Yes, I got that Diarrhea Planet LP at Total Drag in Sioux Falls. It was actually suggested to me by Dan, who owns the spot. So yeah,
Hell
that's where I got that Diarrhea Planet LP.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing that when in your apartment though, like the first go around. I was like, "Is that Diarrhea Planet?" I used to DJ and play that song. Well, I played multiple songs, but the main one that I would play was Skeleton Head. That was a very good song. Yeah.
I've been thinking a lot about comedy lately because I just got back from the Savage Henry Comedy Festival. Shout out to Savage Henry.
Yeah.
It's my 8th year at Savage Henry. I'm trying to think of some highlights from the festival. I got to host. There's a little venue that's just like these comics' house where they converted the garage into a comedy space. So they like built a stage. They put a bunch of couches and chairs in the garage. They call it Hot Box Comedy.
Okay.
And so I got to host the show at Hot Box, and there was truly so many comics on that show because so many people wanted to be on the show because it's a cool spot.
Yeah.
But I got to see all sorts of cool comics. Some of the headliners of the festival, like Paul Danke and Nick Turner, dropped in.
Okay.
Tony Kameen, who's like a legendary, used to do stuff in SF, but now is mostly an LA guy. He was great. Michael Nordstrom, he's a great comic. And then there's just a bunch of us fucking randos from the world also filling up that. So that was a cool time. It was funny. One of the headliners, Nick Turner, was just like outside. He kept like poking his head in and being like, "How come the audience won't fucking move closer and like engage more? It's like dead in here." He took like Starburst and placed them on the front seats. And he was like, encourage people to move up if they want a Starburst. And I did, and all people did was steal the candy and go sit back down in their face.
Yeah.
And then later on, when he got up, he like encouraged people to come sit up front, and then he immediately regretted it.
Oh.
And was just like making fun of the people he made
Yeah.
sit up front the whole time. I realize now that I am now one of the old men of the festival, which sucks. It happened
Okay.
so fast.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
Like my first festival, I still remember shit. My first festival had Sam Talent along with Nathan Lund and Chris Charpentier. The whole
Oh,
Fine
wow.
Gentlemen's Club was there. Johnny
Wow.
Pemberton, DJ Doug Pound, um, fucking so many crazy names. And like David Bory was there.
Okay.
Yeah, so many like huge comics that I look up to. And now I'm like, where are all those guys at? And I'm looking around, I'm like, oh shit.
I am
I'm
that
supposed to
guy.
be one of those guys. I'm supposed to be like traveling around more and doing the
Yeah.
art better. So it was a real wake up call for me to at least be like, make your scene cooler.
Okay.
Make the
Okay.
comedy better in the whole region. Like I feel like I
Yeah.
got to do more
Cool.
cuz
Good.
I want to
Yeah, because yeah, when you do stuff, you do a good job. So I'm glad you're
I'm feeling the
feeling like
fire.
yeah, exactly. And yeah, and Reno's a great comedy scene. I still stand by that, you know.
I
Um,
just wish we had a club. I wish we had a club to
yeah,
rally around. It's like the
that's
one
fair. Yeah,
downside. It's
yeah,
just tough. There's nowhere that I could go work out like 15 to 30 minutes anywhere other than like having
yeah,
one of the local bars let me have a fucking show or something.
yeah.
Or it's like book a theater myself. And there's so many little independent theaters around here now, but they're all so insular
Oh,
that it's like they have their programming and they don't want to mess with anyone else. There is
gotcha.
a new sketch group popping up that
Interesting.
booked one of the little independent theaters around here, and I get to open up that show tonight. So I'm very excited to see how that goes
Cool.
because I would love to bring Comedy
Yeah,
Combat back.
yeah.
That was a fun
I don't know
themed
what that
show.
is.
It was my show
Yeah.
that I threw. Yeah.
Cool.
Um,
Excellent.
I would love
Yeah,
to bring that back, or at least just like get on more shows that aren't
yeah,
bar centric. So it's tough around here.
yeah, yeah. That's fair. Yeah.
But that's just because the comedy bubble is bursting. It's been
Yes. Yeah.
it's
Well, I mean,
really
the comedy bubble's been going on since we started. We started when the comedy bubble started.
yeah, and
You
and
know,
it's
I mean,
really
it's been
like
a big bubble. You know, it
I
needs to burst.
I really
Yeah.
think that Kill Tony for all of its fucking inadequacies is the kind of focal point for where the comedy scene is, and it's like this is just how open mics are as a microcosm. And so it's just like this show that used to just be kind of like an open mic has now become a hyper produced, shitty version of itself with no discernible reason. It's like literally everyone's least favorite part of Kill Tony is the main guy.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just like that's the comedy scene right now. It's just like a self-hating open mic. That and the Riyadh Comedy Festival was the hot
Right.
new.
Yeah. Did you I mean, did they stream it? I
No,
mean, was it okay?
it's not
Okay.
for us.
Yeah, fair enough. I wasn't interested in watching it. I kind of vaguely saw who was on it, but that's about it. And somebody posted an article that was like, they paid me enough money to look the other way. I think was the name of the article, and I was just like, fuck that.
Yeah, all these free speech comedians really think that they're doing something by being like, the people of Saudi Arabia are no different than us. And they try to make that argument as if, oh, there's a separation between the people and the government, so we got to do comedy for the people. They are being paid by the government. They're being paid by the government to whitewash like a terrible regime, much like America. Like a lot of them were also paid by America to whitewash a bunch of shit. But a couple of those people, like Bill Burr, used to be like, oh, every billionaires suck and I'm one of the people. And now he's just like, oh, what? I thought these were just a bunch of. I'm not even going to say what I wanted to say. I'm going to stop there because I was about to start
Fair
saying
enough.
racial slurs in Bill Burr's voice.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
did you see Bill Burr's thing? He's like, I just thought these
No.
people were chainsawing people's head off. And it's just like he tries to play the racist Bostonian card to then
Okay.
say that going to Saudi Arabia changed him. And it's just like, you can't play the ignorant racist card after you've already set yourself up as this socially conscious person. You can't, like, maybe 10 years ago when they weren't putting journalists, cut up in suitcases, you could have played that card, but now you can't. It's too late.
Okay. Well, I mean, Mark Maron said what did it for me was that the Riyadh Comedy Festival brought to you by the same people who brought you 9/11,
Yep.
and it was just like holy shit.
Yeah.
That's good.
Pete
That is it
Davidson's
for me.
dad was literally killed in 9/11, and he got
Yes.
paid to go be in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, did they paid God?
Yeah. That's how crazy this entire thing is.
Yeah, yeah. That's stupid.
Which is another
Yeah,
reason I think the comedy bubble is bursting. Because, like, we used to be able to
people.
have satire, and now everything has gotten so up its own ass. Like,
Yeah.
the jokes are eating themselves actively,
Yes.
where it's
Yes, they
just
are.
like, you couldn't have made me plan a funnier thing than the blood money behind 9/11 hiring one of, like, it would have been funnier if they hired Steve Renazizi, the comedian who pretended to be in one of the towers to get famous.
Oh.
That's the only way they could have made this funnier, is hiring him to go do his 9/11 jokes in Saudi Arabia. That's the only way they could have made it funnier.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, since Trump getting elected the first go round, I was like, I've just been like, man, I don't want to do current event shit. The jokes aren't jokes, it's just the news. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I started doing comedy and when right around the same time Trump got elected. Yeah.
What an awful last 10 years it's been.
That's an interesting perspective. That's funny though. Um, yeah, it's like I started comedy 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I had a shot at a decent life. Now it's fucked.
Yeah. 10 years ago, I was a recent college graduate with so many ideas for how the world could go and absolutely no correct ones. Could not have guessed this is how it was going to go.
Yeah.
I thought it would be funny if it ended up a certain way, and it ended up worse. I used to
Yeah.
have a show about how terrible it could go,
Yeah.
which was in,
Yeah.
total global nuclear war that wipes out, most
Yeah.
of the global centers and leaves us
Yeah.
with the rest. Instead, a global pandemic swept through and completely
Yeah.
crushed most industries, letting just a complete capitalistic hellscape take over as billionaires that shouldn't have existed in the first place bought up anything that was worth value from the dead. So,
Yeah.
like, instead of like one big nuclear point, it's just been a slow cannibalization, which is way worse.
Yeah.
But that's just capitalism.
Yeah.
Hey, that's just where we get to live. Let's see. Oh, there's been more fun news recently. If we
What?
want to go into the pop punk news,
Okay.
former Lost Prophets singer and convicted pedophile Ian Watkins, who famously groomed a teenager so that she could give birth to a baby he also wanted to have sex with. He was
Oh.
stabbed to death in prison over the weekend.
Oh wow.
Finally, after 12 years, they
Oh,
finally got this guy has been like, I think pedophiles should get a lot of things, but 12 years of safety isn't one of them. So, like, I'm so glad they finally got him.
yeah. I mean, on the other hand, I see like 12 years of captivity being its own hellscape.
Unfortunately, the Lost Prophets is a Welsh band, so there's
Okay.
no American model for how it should go for our pedophiles. Most of the time, they're golfing.
Yeah.
So there's not none of our convicted pedophiles will ever get stabbed to death because they're too busy running the government. Also, 29 years for trying to set up. You really think he'd get more? Like
Yeah. Yeah, you
you
would
really think
think.
29 years would? It's
Yeah.
huh, yeah. The
Yeah.
courts really have an idea for how pedophiles should get treated, and it is never
It, you correct.
never that much.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh. Well, that's enough news jokes. That's the only
Okay.
news that's happened
Okay.
to me. It's
Fair
how it's just
enough.
like, oh shit, the Lost Prophets guy finally got stabbed to death.
Yeah. That's funny.
Everything
Yeah.
else I've been like, wow, a bunch of Republican kids were being Nazis in a group chat they thought was private.
Yeah.
Like
Par for the course.
could have guessed that.
Yeah.
I love that was happening, and JD Vance is like, boys will be boys, and there's like 30-year-olds in that group chat.
Oh.
Yeah, sure, man. 20 to
Yeah.
30-year-old
Oh,
human
yeah.
men are all children. They're all just little
Yeah.
boys, but 12-year-old girls are full-grown women. Now we know where this
Yeah.
fight.
Oh, have you seen one battle after another?
Nope.
Speaking of news, okay. Wait, don't, it's not good enough to go pay money to see it, but it is so strange. I feel like Paul Thomas Anderson spent 2.5 hours setting up one joke, and it was not very good. Yeah.
What about it wasn't
So,
very good?
well, I mean, the punchline is just like, wait, it's infantile and just like, I spent 2.5 hours to get here, you know?
Jonathan, that's how jokes work. You are famously anti-punchline. I understand this, but that's how jokes work. They need to have
No,
an ending. They need to have
yes,
a meaning to exist in the first place.
right. But yes, this is okay, yeah. But my anti-humor stuff is short, It's just bada bing, bada boom, done. And that's it. But he spent like 2.5 hours setting up the punchline, which was Seaman Demon, and that was it. I
See,
just
Jonathan,
felt
this is where we
cheated.
differ completely on a lot of
Okay.
comic philosophy. Because you
Okay.
don't find it funny. He got millions of dollars
Oh.
and hours of time from hundreds of people to create a semen demon joke. You don't find that an amazing piece of art. It's
Okay,
so
yeah.
much funnier to
Okay, yeah.
spend
All right, yeah.
so much time and money.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's fair. I have trouble not agreeing with you because that is very persuasive. But yeah, left to my own devices, I just felt cheated, you know?
I really think Paul Thomas Anderson thrives on long form bullshit
Okay, okay.
where it's just
Well,
like,
that's what this was.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's usually simple concepts blown up to include as many characters as possible, to like
Okay.
touch as many of the infinitesimal storylines of a bit, you know?
Okay. He did There Will Be Blood.
Yeah,
I remember that. And and that's kind of, I guess, what I'm comparing all his films to.
that's
Um
rough to
yeah.
compare it all to There Will Be Blood. I think he did Punch Drunk Love too, the Adam Sandler one.
Oh, that was a good movie. I enjoyed that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of things that I'm like, none of his movies are my favorite movie,
Uh
but
huh.
I would understand if they were some other person's favorite movie because of like the
Okay.
amount of little shit he pays attention to.
Uh huh. Yeah.
Also, I just love Paul F. Tompkins, and I know they're friends.
Oh, nice.
He puts Paul
Okay.
F. Tompkins and stuff every once in a while.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Yeah.
Shit, I'm trying to think about things I've watched recently, and it's just all been comedy specials. I've been going
Oh,
through all the free comedy specials on YouTube.
okay. Okay. Nice. I'm going to see Tron Ares tomorrow.
Is that the one with Jared Leto in it?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
that's not gonna be good.
I'm so optimistic because I really enjoyed Tron 1 and Tron 2. So I hope Tron 3 is interesting.
If there's
But
one thing that has been historically true about most movies made with Jared Leto,
uh,
that's when you know the series is going downhill. When the
okay.
DCU was just like, we need a new Joker,
Yeah.
that's when
Right.
DC went downhill and crumbled. When Sony was like, shit, we're losing them. Our Spider-Man movies aren't doing as well. Our side movies aren't doing as well.
Yeah.
Let's give Jared Leto a movie.
Yeah.
Did so bad they released it twice because the internet made
Oh,
so much fun of them the first time. They thought
they
the amount
did.
they were being made fun of was popularity enough to release it a second time,
Oh
and it
wow.
bombed twice in the movie theater, costing Sony millions.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Jared Leto is just
Yeah,
bad
it's
news.
yeah.
Just if we're
Yeah.
talking about pop punk news, that's 30 Seconds to Mars. That's
Okay, yeah.
he's I think he has a sex cult.
Probably.
Pretty
He
sure Jared
seems like
Leto,
it would. He
yeah,
seems like it would,
I
yeah.
think he was one of those ones with a sex cult, but it was all just like of age ladies. So everyone's just like, white women are always going to be joining cults. What can you do?
Right. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Can't save
Yeah.
them. They got to save themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was going back and watching Sam Tallent's last special, The Toad's Morale,
Okay.
and I've really enjoyed. There's two specials recently that have just started. They
Okay.
they don't have an introduction or anything. There's no like, oh, please welcome to the stage. It's just like, boom, they're hitting you with bits.
Nice.
Gianmarco Ceresi's special starts that way, and Sam
Okay.
Tallent's Toad's Morale starts that way.
Okay.
And I love that people have just started kicking it off
Just yeah.
because so many people got into that rhythm of like, ooh, we gotta have a bit in the green room first,
Right. Yeah.
and it's just like, no, you
No,
don't all need a fun
no, you
green room
don't.
bit.
Nope.
We don't need to see you walk into the stage. We don't need a bit about how nervous you are backstage, but then you turn it on for the special. Like, just
Yeah.
show me the fucking comedy. That's
Right.
that's what I used to really appreciate about Comedy Central presents stuff.
Uh-huh.
Is it was just like, okay, we're back from commercial. Please
Yeah.
welcome to the stage. What's their face? And then they're gonna go for 22 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Much cleaner.
Yeah. I guess the last special for me that did the funny green room bit, uh, thing, because there wasn't really a funny green room bit. It was just Mark Maron and Thingy Payne,
Oh yeah.
where they're just kind of reflecting on the year. I feel like that's the last special where that was okay.
Yeah, that's one of the last ones I liked because it's just him and Tom
Yeah.
Sharpling being like,
Right.
like, I guess this is how it's gonna be. I
Yeah.
could do it in a bigger place and not sell it out, and it could be terrible, or I could do it in this small room and it's cool.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
part of Mark Maron's whole shtick is the neuroses.
Yeah.
And even in Thinky Pain, he brings that to the stage. I was just watching
Yeah.
Thinky Pain recently too, because it's one of my
Nice.
favorites.
It's so good.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
just like him bringing the stack of like loose papers to the stage and spending the
Yeah.
first 15 minutes being like, oh, I know what I'm gonna do. Hold on. Yeah, here, we're gonna do this. It's just like
Yeah.
it's part
Yeah.
of the fun energy.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it yet, but it was just released last month. David Borie's special, Birth of a Nation.
I have not.
It's got an energy to it.
Okay.
It's in a tiny room.
Okay.
It is filmed so close,
Okay.
and the audience is right on him. There's no stage.
Nice.
He is in the round in the middle of a room,
Okay.
chairs right next to him.
Okay. Well, what I would say to that's cool,
Yeah.
but also Rory Scovel when he did that special with the members only jacket, um, he's like on the floor out with the audience, and they're like going in and out of the crowd. He's doing a really cool form of comedy. I like as an artist, I really respect him because
Yeah,
he's
he
doing just
is.
improv. He's doing true improv stand up, which is fucking crazy.
I think you are tricked by Rory Scovel's casual delivery. He
Okay.
does not do improv.
Well, it comes across that way.
Yes.
Yeah,
It
and
is.
and that's cool, but yeah, maybe I am getting fooled.
Guys, that's been the Petri dish.
Machete the
Don't go to
neck.
Saudi Arabia. Don't
Don't
do
go
it.
to yeah, don't go to
Let's see. Watch
yeah.
David Borie's comedy special, Birth of a
Okay.
Nation.
That name scares the shit out of
Yeah,
me.
he chose it specifically to rile
Okay.
people up, I think. But his is
Yeah.
spelled with a silent G at the beginning, like his last name.
Oh, nice. Cool.
So
Yeah.
much like the horrors of the world, it's a little different, so it's all okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, that's yeah, it's that we're ending
Yeah.
there. That's just
Yeah.
where we're ending flat this week.
Yeah. It's all good, man. Yeah.